Hi everyone, it's Susanna here from Tweak.Health. Today I'm going to show you a few stretches. We're going to call it Rise and Shine because it's a great one to do first thing in the morning, or you can do it before bedtime. And it's going to take you through the whole body so you'll get a really nice stretched out feeling and feel loose hopefully for the rest of the day. So you don't need any equipment to start. You can always do it on a mat or even on the carpet. So we'll get started. So we'll start off with standing on the end of our mat. So you're going to start off with some roll downs, tucking through your head, chin, and dropping your chest forwards, rolling down as far as you feel comfortable, and then slowly peeling yourself back up, softening your knees so we don't want to lock them out too much. Roll your chest back and stack up tall. And a couple more through here like this. You can add a bit of a hug at the bottom, so just pulling your chin and your chest towards your legs to deepen out the stretch at the back, and then rolling your spine upwards again. As you release, bring your shoulders back and stack your head nice and tall. Now the next one, we're going to then move into a plank position at the bottom. So here you're going to bend your knees slightly as you walk your hands forward to hold a plank position, squeezing your bottom and belly up, and then walk your hands backwards, tucking your chin in as you go and rolling all the way back. Now you don't need to do it in a plank if you don't feel comfortable in a plank, so I'll show you an easier version of this one so you don't have to be on your hands and toes. As you walk down, just drop your knees down while you keep walking out, and then kind of bring your hips forward afterwards. So you're in a modified plank position on your knees instead of on your toes, and then you just do the same, coming backwards with your hands, standing to your feet and rolling back. So one more, rolling down exactly how we did before. Walking your hands out, hold whatever plank position you feel comfortable with. And this time when you come back, just take a couple of little steps back and then push yourself backwards into your heels, keeping your legs straight so you're in a triangular position, also known as downward dog. So with this one, you're going to feel the stretch quite strongly to the back from your glutes, upper back, as well as in your calf and hamstrings. If possible, try and get the heels to stay down on the floor. You can now deepen the stretch by bending one knee and pushing all your weight back into a straight leg, and then swap it out. So you're actually doing a mini paddling type of movement here. It's a great one that you can also do before a run. So it warms up all those muscles as well. So just a few more paddling movements, and then we're going to do a bit more warming up for the upper back. So now you're going to come down into your hands and knees, keeping your arms straight. Push your chest backwards into an invisible wall behind your back, and then sink your chest forward. So with this one, you're doing almost like a mini push-up without bending your elbows. So we're actually getting the shoulder girdles to glide around your rib cage. It's a really important postural muscle here that we're warming up. It's actually one that is needed to hold your shoulder blades in their upright posture. So most of the times I find my clients get really stiff here when they are sitting for too long. So the next one we're doing is rotating your chest one to the other, but imagining you're pulling back on a bow. So you're kind of rotating, pulling into almost like a wind-up punch position and swapping the other way. This part of your back is really responsible for doing a lot of rotation in your trunk, but again, a lot of people lose this movement because they're doing a lot of sitting and static movements. Next one is putting your arms a little wider than your shoulders, and we're going to do almost like a push-up, but not kind of without the exertion behind it, but more exploring what range we can get into that extension, especially for the upper part of your back and chin. Trying to lift that chin up and get almost your throat touching the floor if possible, if it's comfortable or as a comfortable stretch. So you want to aim for a bit of a chest stretch while we add it, really getting the shoulder blades to try and touch each other behind your back while you're getting down here. So it's great for stretching out that sort of hump sort of back that some of you may have if you're sitting too much as well. And then push up. You can actually put more pressure on it by leaning forwards into your hands, or if it's uncomfortable, just lean backwards and do it with less pressure through your arms. The next one we're going to do is threading the needle, bringing one hand through the under armpit of the other and turning your back so that your shoulder rests on the floor almost, if that's comfortable. So you're really reaching underneath one armpit with the other arm and swapping to the other side. And we'll do one more on each side. And again, taking nice deep breaths as you do to increase the stretch of your rib cage. Now, bringing yourself down onto your belly, we're going to do what is commonly known as a cobra stretch. So squeeze your bum to prepare, pop your hands quite close to your body and elbows nipped in, and start to peel upwards as you squeeze your bum so that you're feeling a bit of a stretch to that lower back now. Just go as far as you feel comfortable, making sure that you're not going into pain here. You can add a bit of a head extension as well, just to increase that stretch through your spine. Another harder one is to actually bend one knee and actually bring that foot upwards, so you're stretching the front of your hip and your quads as well. It can feel a bit crampy in hamstrings if your hamstrings are tight, so you don't have to do this one if you don't want to, if it's not comfortable. And then you can actually do both legs together for an even stronger stretch there through the front and turning on your hamstrings and glutes through here as well. So we'll just do one more here. Squeeze your bum and then bringing it back down. Now we're going to come onto your side and we're going to do the opening the book stretch. So you're bending both knees together and having both hands in front of you. Reach for one hand and open a really big book as you melt your shoulder blades backwards as far as you feel comfortable. And around. Nice deep breaths as you come through. Opening up your chest, breathing out as you go. So the idea is to try and keep your shoulders, trying to open your shoulders, but keeping your hips stacked over one side so that you're not actually rolling too far back. Unless, of course, you're so stiff you can't get any rotation unless you move to your back, which is fine. But that's something to work towards, to be able to hold your hips stacked on top of each other eventually. Now, you can do a variation of this. If this is aggravating a shoulder injury or giving you nerve pain down your arm, instead of opening it up with a straight arm, just bend your elbow and just trace your chest along as you open so that it's not a long lever that's stretching too far into that shoulder. So just bending and tracing along your chest as you open up is much more comfortable as well. Now another variation is more of a stretch now, is drawing a big circle around you as if you've got a chalk pen and you're trying to draw a circle around your whole body as you circle around. So I like this one actually because it actually gets even more up into your upper back as well as in your shoulder girdle. So we'll just finish off this side and then we're going to roll onto the other side and repeat the same. So stretch the top arm up and then keep your feet anchored as you melt down to rotate over as far as you can. And then repeat. Turning your head is really important as well so that you feel the stretch in the top of your spine as well as in that middle back. And then the circles, tracing a circle right up and over, lifting up through your chest to get the maximal stretch and around. And we'll do 2 more of these circles because they feel so good. Breathing. Last one here. So these exercises are best done on a firm surface. You can do them in bed, but if you can do on the floor, if your bed's too soft, that would be a better stretch. Now we're going to go onto your back and we're going to start off with just doing some side to side windscreen wipers just to warm it up a little bit, and then we're going to move into your pelvic curl and lifts, bringing your feet quite close to your bottom. You put your hands on your hips as you tilt backwards, squeezing your bum cheeks together like you've got a credit card there, and start to peel your spine up one segment at a time, similar to the roll downs, but instead of rolling from the top down, you're rolling from the tailbone upwards. and then relax through your ribs and then melt down as you go. So your hips are rolling backwards and then scooping up with your butt. A little bit of abs here and legs as you press down. So you want to keep your feet nice and flat. Hold at the top a few seconds to just engage that bum as well and lower abs, and then melting down. We'll do one more here, and then we're going to go into a bit more of a hip stretch. And then so grabbing one of your feet with the inside, reaching for the inside arch muscle, then the other one, if you feel comfortable, we can do them together, keeping your heels connected. Just try and pull your feet towards your face. If this is uncomfortable to do two at one time, just do one and then do the other one after. But this is a good groin stretch as well as a lower back stretch into a little bit of flexion. Taking nice deep breaths. You can actually do a little bit of rocking, and then we'll then try to extend your legs into what we call the happy baby stretch. So you're kind of pushing into your hands as you pull and rocking as well. So that's actually going to now get a little bit of a back massage happening, as well as open up your groin, so you can slowly work your way outwards and upwards, stretching your legs out as far as you'll go as you're rocking a little bit. So that's just going to help you stretch. And as you're doing this, try and take some nice deep belly breaths as much as you can. Relax. You can actually grab a towel or a belt and put that around your feet if you can't reach, and push into that as well, and that will do the trick. Awesome. So now what we're also then going to do is do a hip opener stretch. This one's quite a hard one, so see how you go with this one. If you can't do it, don't worry, just skip to the end. So you pop yourself up into almost like a downward dog position. You're going to grab one knee and reach it into the opposite shoulder, and then extend your leg up as high as you can get vertically. You might not be so flexible and be here, and that's okay. And then we're just going to tuck it in and then reach it up again. So this is going to stretch the front of your hips as well as work on all those muscles that we've already now warmed up for you. You can extend the stretch a bit more to the front of your hip by bending your knee so it winds up around your body, or you can lift it out if it's too much. So just reach up, and if you want, extend and bend down that other side of your body. And then we'll change to the other side. So bending the knee to the opposite elbow, extend it up in the air as you push backwards through your palms, and then back in and out. Adding the bend if you want to open up your groin and your front hip more if you wanted. Okay, so one more, and then we're going to finish up with some neck and top of the shoulder ones as well. Okay, so come into a sit position here. So if you're comfortable, you can sit cross-legged, or you can sit with one leg out if it's too uncomfortable, or both legs out, whatever's most comfortable for you. So we're just going to melt on one elbow and just reach as far as you can to the opposite side, really stretching out the side flexors here, and try and keep your tailbone down. And then we'll change to the other side. Reach as far as you can. Awesome. And now bring your hands behind your back, grab onto one wrist, push your elbows straight as much as you can, kind of in this angle, okay, like that. And push your shoulders down as you go too, so that you lengthen out that neck. You can add a side bend just to increase the stretch through the side up to your ear and the other side. Change the grip so you grab onto the other wrist, so you're evening it out. Trying to straighten out your elbows down as much as possible to increase that stretch. And then in a handshake position, if you can get your hands behind your neck, we're going to do this stretch as well. Pulling them back, trying to pull them apart, and then add a side bend as well to either side. Awesome. Great, so we're just going to finish off with a few nice deep breaths. So inhale, sweep your arms up and reach as high as you can to the ceiling, and exhale, relax. And two more like this. Last one. You're done. So hopefully that helped to give you a little bit of a loosen up there. If you really enjoyed watching this video and doing the exercises with me, there is more. You can hop on to YouTube, Facebook or Instagram and search up Tweak Tweak.Health, and you'll come up with a whole resource there for all the stretches and workouts that you can do for different parts of your body, as well as some ergonomic recommendations as well. So I will catch you on one of those videos. See ya!